Hi everybody. This is day 90 of 100 days of videos, and I know this is a little bit different format from what I normally do, but that's okay. These next couple of days I'm going to do a different format. So continuing this series that I seem to be having on stretching yourself and being true to walking my talk, I'm continuing to stretch myself. Tom and I today bought snowshoes, and so I thought I'd show you what we bought. Now, I love to do downhill skiing. Tom has no interest in that. I also like to do cross-country skiing, and he kind of went, about that too. But Tom loves to hike and walk, and so do I. And he said, and I suggested, what about snowshoeing? And he thought, yeah, that sounds like fun because it's basically hiking and walking in the snow. And you're still getting up in the mountains. Boise has nasty temperature inversions in the winter, and it can get very foggy and cloudy. And I'm good for that for about 24 hours, maybe 48 hours. Okay, after about the third or fourth day of the fog and the temperature inversions, I'm getting kind of wacky. And I think I'm quite codependent on the weather. I don't think I could live in Seattle or Portland. That would just be too cloudy for me. My sense is it's like it used to be when I lived in Bozeman. We had clouds with a purpose. It either rained or it snowed, or by golly, it was sunshiny. None of this overcast nonsense where nothing is going on except overcast. I was born and raised in that, and I was glad to get out of it. So when we have these temperature inversions in Boise, I need to do something to take care of myself. Normally I could just go up and downhill ski or do something else because Bogus Basin is not far from here. But I can do that, but I don't want to do it without Tom. I kind of don't want to justify the expense. It's not that cheap, right? And I don't want to justify the expense now that I'm retired and not really earning the kind of income that I was earning when I was working. So we did some research, went online and learned as much as we could about snowshoes and found some, but then there are some at Costco too. Now, today we took some time to go shopping and look at some of the local stores. And when all was said and done, we thought, the ones at Costco are very similar to the ones that we're seeing in the stores. In fact, we found the same set of snowshoes in a store in Boise that was for a lot more money. And we went, what? I think not. I think this was last year's model. Like, we care. I've been snowshoeing once or twice before, and with my CBR friends, and we had a wonderful time. And I thought I could buy snowshoes and get into this. They're not that expensive. I have the clothing and all the right gear. So it would just be a matter for me for buying the shoes, and that would be it. Well, we found some, and like I said, we just looked at each other and we kind of whispered as we were looking in the stores, let's go to Costco. A lot less expensive. So here's what I found. Now, unfortunately, you don't get the choices in Costco that you get in the stores. Red is not my favorite color, but that's the size that I needed to buy. I need a size small because I'm not that big of a person. But first of all, it came with a carrying case. So that was cool. And then here they are. Well, it also came with poles. So here's, I'll just pull out one of the snowshoes. Here it is. Like I said, red's not my favorite color. I even considered buying the blue, which is a medium, but when I put them down on the ground and I saw how much bigger the blue ones were than the red ones, and I thought these seem more my size. So there we go. I got the red ones. And did we find nicer snowshoes? Absolutely. We really did. But they were twice as much, actually a little bit more than twice as much money, or whatever, two times whatever much money. And we thought 2 or 3 years from now, if we are seriously into snowshoeing and we're really, really into it and we're just snowshoeing all the time, then yeah, let's go buy the nicer ones that would last us forever. But these are going to be perfect. And like I said, we found these for a lot more expensive. And they got respectable reviews. So I thought, we'll go with this. So there's that. It also comes with its own poles. Now I have some downhill ski poles, but these are adjustable. And I like the fact that these will collapse. Now, I've already figured out the size that I need to, and I'm not going to open them up. They have baskets too, which I'm not going to put on. But these collapse into a small enough size. Unlike my downhill ski poles, they don't collapse. These will, and I can put them right in the carrying bag. So it's like fully self-contained. Sold, Diana. Tom got the largest because that's what he needed. So what are you doing to stretch yourself? Now, speaking of stretching myself and my limits, creatively, physically, what have you. Yesterday, I did my first day of weights in a while, and I chose very lightweight weights. In fact, I'm not going to tell Christy, Code Red, I'm not going to tell her how light my weights were. She would scold me. But I thought, I just want to, this first time in a long time of doing weights, I wanted to make them light, and I did. I'm so glad I made them light because I'm sore. I cannot believe how sore I am. So with stretching yourself comes a little bit of pain, but there also comes a lot of gain. I feel great. I haven't felt this good in a long time. I'm sleeping better, not because of the exercise. My doctor has me on some supplements, and they're not making me sleep. They're helping me sleep. And that has really, they're supplements, so they're not causing me to be drowsy. They're just balancing my body chemistry out. My naturopath is balancing my body chemistry out to help me sleep, because I'm telling you, I had over 6 years of sleep deprivation and jet lag with my travel related job, and it really took its toll on me. I'm feeling so much better. I'm able to get out and do things more, and I am so excited about this. So Tom and I even talked about maybe going snowshoeing on Sunday, depending on the weather and what we're doing and stuff. So stretch yourself, challenge yourself. Yeah, you might get a little bit sore, but do like I did. Cheat a little bit and go light on the weights, or do gentle on the activity. You know what I'm going to do because I'm so sore? I'm just going to take a nice warm Epsom salt bath. We hopped today, and I described what I meant by hop a few days ago. I'm going to take a nice light warm Epsom salts bath to kind of help with the soreness. Normally on a Wednesday, I might even take it easy and hardly do anything if I knew I had some soreness. But I wanted to challenge myself and go to hop because I'm not going to have time to go later this week. So I wanted to make sure I got at least a couple of days in of spinning at our hop studio. So do yourselves a favor, stretch yourselves. I would love to hear in the comments what you would like to do, even if you're not starting it now. So what? Think about it. I'd love to hear your comments if there's anything that you're thinking about doing to stretch yourself. And it doesn't necessarily have to be physically. It can be creatively, like I did yesterday, or it can be emotionally or whatever. Just open yourself up and find out what your limits are and what the things you like to do. I'd love to hear some of your results. Have a great evening. Now tomorrow, I'm going to give you a little bit of a preview. We're going to not talk about anything healthy. Sorry, Christy, if you're watching, sorry. I am going to a party, and Tom and I are going to a party tomorrow night, a movie night and a party and a dinner. And the person, I said, what can I bring? And they said, well, we'd love for you to bring cookies. And I thought, well, I'm more known for my cakes than my cookies. And I said, I said back to him, I said, how about if I make cake pops? I said, I can do cookies, but how about if I make cake pops? And he said, that sounds wonderful. He says, I'm sure whatever you do will be divine. So that gave me carte blanche. So I'm going to actually do a video showing you the assembly of cake pops. They're quite labor intensive. I don't make them often. I tried a few years ago, I tried to sell them, but that didn't work because it would have cost me I would have had to charge $5 each per cake pop, and they're just, that's too expensive. But they're kind of fun to make. So I'm going to show you a little bit of putting those together and tell you about the process. So watch for that tomorrow at some time. And then in the meantime, I'd love to hear what you're doing to stretch yourself and to challenge yourself. Have a great evening, and I'll talk to you tomorrow. Bye-bye, folks.